growing our own food, it just seemed like the natural progression as a chef. I used to feed 100 people a night, and now with supplying all the restaurants in Nelson, probably feeding thousands. It definitely gives an emphasis on the hard work that goes into growing vegetables. In a restaurant, they come, they go, you just see it. But now it's like you harvest, you collect, you wash, you cook, and then you feed. It's just really given me an appreciation on how much work and effort and planning goes into growing food. I've been lucky enough to be in farm to tables for my entire career. It does kind of simplify things to just be able to walk out into the garden and, create a menu with what is seasonally available.
I could say a lot of things that inspired me, like the quest for a better food system, food security, nutrient density. But I think the real root of it all really comes down to nature. Nature definitely has inspired me to grow my own food. We really try and farm in a way here that mimics the cycles of nature. We've created a system that really thrives off biodiversity and really trying to tune into that chaotic and beautiful balance that nature has to offer. Don't need to change the world from the top down, but if we start with empowering our communities to be more resilient and kind of take care of themselves and sustain themselves, then I think that's kind of where we can really make a difference.
So what type of bees are these?
I think they're just an Italian breed of honeybees. Their purpose is to pollinate. Just need that little bit of a boost on our flowers. We do have and promote a lot of native pollinators as well. Just thought it was a suiting addition to the farm. And honey is not a bad byproduct to have. There's low maintenance beekeeping and high maintenance beekeeping, trying to pump out as much honey as possible. This is fairly low maintenance. Started at a restaurant washing dishes when I was 12 years old, moved myself up the line kind of thing. My career really took off when I opened the restaurant Pitchfork Eatery in Nelson. It allowed me to do my own thing. It was an open palette and started resourcing stuff from farms and meat included and making sure everything was kind of local or at least BC. That kind of changed my mentality. It was a deciding factor to become a farmer for sure.
In your opinion, what is the most artistic part about what you do? Is it the presentation or is it the actual ingredients in the food?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I mean, they both are hand in hand. I don't think much about the presentation. I just do whatever naturally comes. I've served this salad for 15 years, but I've never plated it this way,
So even after years of doing it, there's always a way to find a new way to do it.
Big time, for sure. I think that's what keeps you growing creatively. So this is the eggplant involtini, beef and ricotta stuffed eggplant, tomato garden vegetable ragu, crispy kale chips, a pesto crema, parmesan, pumpkin seeds, and a little basil garnish. Enjoy, guys.
I think it's time that we all take a little bit of a step back and start to reframe what sustainability and even the word organic really means. When you go to the grocery store, you're faced with all of these labels on the shelves, and it's challenging to sift through it all and actually figure out what is actually sustainable in a way. And what growing my own food and what the land has really taught me is that it doesn't actually really matter what we eat, but it more so matters how the food is grown and where it's coming from. It's not really enough to sustain anymore. We need to make things better. We need to regenerate the land. How do these practices affect the soil health, the pollinators, the wildlife, the communities? recognize all of the hands that have like touched the food, and then really emphasizing locality, looking to your local farmers first, getting to know your local farmers, and like actually becoming friends with them. And then like you don't really need labels at all because you know exactly where your food is coming from. So yeah.